Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the live streaming session of me and Maths. So before beginning the session, just drop down your names in the chat box, right? Drop down your names in the chat box so that I can recognize you all and we can have a chit chat during the session. So those who are in the chat, come on everyone, just drop down your name in the chat. Drop down your name in the chat box so that we can have a good conversation. Anyone here in the live chat, just let me know. Okay, I'll be just waiting for another 2 or 3 minutes. And if no student just responds, or if there is no student in the live chat, then we will be beginning the session. Let's just wait for another 1 or 2 minutes and then we will be good to go. So, any student as of now in the live chat, just write down your name. So, those who are in the chat box, if there is anyone in the chat, just drop down your names so that we can have a small chat in the live stream session. So, hello everyone. Is there anyone in the live chat? If yes, then just drop down your name and then we will be good to go. So, any student here in the live chat, any student who has just joined the stream, just drop down your name in the chat. Okay. So let's just begin with the today's class. I think we have waited for another 5 minutes and no student is here. So I'll be just beginning with the class, and then this would be recorded, right? And you can easily check it out. Very good afternoon, Abhinaya. How are you, beta? Very good afternoon. How was your day so far? How was your day? Okay. So now we have on the screen, we have star student of the week. Let us just recognize who the star student of the week is. And the star student of the week is Adam John. Good, very good. I am also good, beta. I am also good. And we have Charvi Kapoor as well. So we have Adam John and we have Charvi Kapoor. So many congratulations to them. All right. So now let us move on to the unboxing question of today, right? So we have a question on the screen. What did the triangle say to the circle? Can you answer it? What did the triangle say to the circle? Don't tell me that triangle said to the circle, come and let's just do Diwali Safai. Festival time. What did the triangle say to the circle? Any guesses? So don't think logically about this question. It is just a riddle. Okay? What did the triangle say to the circle? Any answers as of now? Anyone in the live chat? Can anyone answer this? No idea. Okay, so just tell me how many vertices are there in a triangle and a circle? Or how many points are there? How many vertices are there in the triangle and how many vertices are there in the circle? If you have, this is a hint for you. This is a very good hint. So let me just draw a triangle for you all. We have a triangle something like this, right? And we have a circle. So very good. Answer is 3. And for circle, it is 0 vertices, right? In a circle, there are 0 points. Yes or no? So the triangle said, I would just drop the answer. The triangle said to the circle that you are pointless. Yes or no? The triangle said to the circle that you are pointless. So was it good? Because see, this question was not of mathematics. It was just of, let us say, a quick puzzle type riddle. Yes or no? Yes. So now we have on the screen are the voice of learners. So we have Neetu here, we have Rohan, we have Kirat, we have Viraj, and we have Abhinaya as well. So many congratulations to all of you who have responded well in the last live stream sessions. So many congratulations to you all, and you have to keep up with the contribution that you are just contributing at the live stream session. You are all responding very well. So many congratulations and all the best. So today, as you know, we would be doing some topics on quadrilaterals. So let us just learn about the basic properties of quadrilaterals and types of quadrilaterals, right? So since we are in grade 9, right? So we will be dealing with some complex properties of quadrilaterals, correct? We know about parallel lines, right? So let us say if there are a quadrilateral and it is a parallelogram. If there are two parallelograms on the same base and between the same parallel, so then their areas would be equal. So the parallelograms that are on the same basis and between the same parallel, so they are equal in area. Yes or no, beta? So tell me about what would be the triangle's area and the parallelogram's area on the same base and between the same parallel. Do you have any idea about it? So do you have any idea about the area of triangle and a parallelogram on the same base and between the same parallel? I am waiting for an answer in the session. Just drop down yes or no if you know the answer. If you know the answer, it's very good. Just let me know what is the answer. Half, very good. Why would it be half? We know that area of triangle is what? Half into base into height. Similarly, the parallelogram's area would be what? Base into height as well. But in this case, what we can see, the base is same, right? The base is same and the height would also be the same for the triangle and parallelogram. So that is why the triangle's area would be half of that of the parallelogram. Correct? So very good, Abhinaya. Very well done. Now we would also be learning about, let us say, median of a triangle. Can you tell me the median of a triangle the median of a triangle divides the triangle into how many parts? And are they equal in area or not? Are they equal in areas? Let us say this triangle is divided into two parts. And then are the areas of these two parts equal? Yes or no? Anyone in the live chat who can just tell me if the areas of these two divided triangles would be equal or not? This is an axiom, right? If you could be able to recall, can anyone tell me what would be the ratio of the areas, or let us say where the areas of the triangles would be same in this case if a median is there? Yeah. So a median divides a triangle into two equal triangles of equal areas, correct? So these all properties are what we would be using in our today's session and today's question as well. Okay, then we also have a midpoint theorem, right? So the line segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and half of it, yes or no? Then we also have the converse, right? So midpoint theorem and the converse would also be used. Midpoint theorem and converse would also be used. 1:1. Very good, Abhinaya. Very good. Okay, so I think we are very good to go towards the session, and also you would be able to recognize, let us say, the basic properties of, let us say, squares, rectangles, and let us say rhombus is there, right? So the basic properties you would have already learned them in class, let us say 6th, 7th, and 8th, right? That opposite sides are equal, opposite angles are equal, right? Diagonals bisect each other, and so on. So today we also have a timer for every question. We would be going for a timer, and within the stipulated time you would have to answer the question. So I'm starting the timer for you. We have a question: which of the following statement is incorrect for a parallelogram? Opposite sides are equal, opposite angles are equal, opposite angles are bisected by the diagonals, and diagonals bisect each other. So can anyone answer this? What would be the answer for this question? Abhinaya, can you answer this? Which of the following statement is incorrect? Four options are given and C option, very good. Very good beta. C option would be incorrect for this and correct for this question, right? So we know that for a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. Yes or no? We have already learned this in smaller classes. Opposite angles are also equal and the diagonals also bisect each other. So now when we closely look towards the, let us say, a triangle, when a diagonal is, let us say, joined, right? So we are asked, angles are bisected by the diagonals. See, opposite angles are equal. If this whole angle is x, let us say, so this would be x by 2, right? And opposite angles are equal, so this would also be, let us say, whole would be x, and this would also be x by 2. So now we can see that these two angles are what? Equal. The bisected angles are also equal. So now this would definitely form an isosceles triangle. Yes or no? So this means that opposite sides are also equal in this case, in this triangle. But we are given that it is what? It is a parallelogram. Yes or no? This is not a rhombus. So this is why C option would be incorrect and correct for our option. Very good beta. Now moving on to the next question of today. That is, we again have to tell which of the statement is true or false. We have 2 minutes time for this question and your time starts now. Yes. If the diagonals of a quadrilateral divided into 4 triangles which are equal in area, then the quadrilateral must be a parallelogram. Then again, we have 3 altitudes of an equilateral triangle which are equal in length. The third option, if triangles of equal areas have common bases and their vertices must lie on a parallel line to the base. So which of them are true and which of them are false? Is this question easy for you, beta? Is this question easy for you? Or is it a tough one? Tell me. We have 2 minutes time for this question and you should be able to answer it within 2 minutes itself. D option. Okay. So we have first option as false, then second one as true, and then third one also true. Very good. So I hope you would be able to recall that the quadrilateral that divides, or let us say, we have two diagonals of a quadrilateral, right? And there is only one quadrilateral that divides it itself into 4 equal parts, which would be what? Rhombus, right? So 4 triangles of equal parts are only divided in what? Rhombus. Yes or no? So rhombus is a parallelogram, but all parallelograms are not rhombuses, right? So that is why first option would be false. So very good. Next, what we have? We have 3 altitudes of equilateral triangle. So equilateral triangle, all the altitudes, all the medians are equal in length. So that is also very easy. Now we have what? If triangles of equal areas have a common base. So for those who don't recognize this third option, I'm telling you, if triangles of equal areas have a common base, let us say, the base is common and their areas are same. Let us suppose this is also a triangle and we have another triangle. So now in this case, what we say, their vertices must lie on a line parallel to the base. A line parallel to the base. So we have to prove, let us say this line L is parallel to, let us say, AB. Okay. So now since the areas of these two triangles are equal, so this means that half of, let us say, if this is AB into H would be equal to half of AB into H2. Yes or no, beta? So now moving on, see AB is same and their areas are also same, right? So this means that H1 and H2 would be equal, right? Since H1 and H2 are equal, so this means that what? Line L would be parallel to AB. So very good, very well done. You have answered 2 out of 2 questions correctly. Very good. So now moving on to the next question for today. I think you should be going for a hat trick today. All right. So now let me just start the timer for you and then we will be good to go for this question as well. So 3 statements again are given below and we have to tell which one is true and which one is false. So now in a parallelogram, we'll try definitely. So in a parallelogram, the angle bisectors of two adjacent angles enclose a right angle. The angle bisectors of a parallelogram form a rectangle. Then what do we have? The triangle formed by joining the midpoints of sides of an isosceles triangle is not necessarily an isosceles triangle. So out of these 3 options, which of them are correct? Some combinations are given on the screen. Take your time, I would say, and let me know the correct answer. As of now, you have found which options correct, beta? As of now, have you found out any one of the options correct? Is this one tough or is this one also easy for you, beta? Tell me. Those who have joined late, welcome to Me and Maths, and just drop down your name in the chat so that we can recognize you all. So the time is going to, let us say, get over. We have only 22 seconds left. Option A, one only. Okay. I think you might have missed the hat trick, beta. Confusing? Okay, no issues, no issues. Okay. So we have first option marked as correct. So by this means you have only A, right? So let us see. In a parallelogram, the angle bisectors of two adjacent angles enclose a right angle. So let us see. We have a parallelogram, let us say. And then what is said in the question? In a parallelogram, the angle bisectors. Let us see, these are angle bisectors. Let us say we have another adjacent angle. and this is the angle bisector of other adjacent angle. Correct? So they enclose a right angle. So if we know that if this whole angle is, let us say, x, and this whole angle is y, so by co-interior angles we know that x plus y is what, 180 degrees. So this is an angle bisector. So this would be what, x by 2. This would be also x by 2. Yes or no? So this is also x by 2. This is also, sorry, y by 2. It would be y by 2 beta. So now x by 2 plus y by 2 would be what? 90, right? And applying the angle sum property, we get what? We get this third angle is what, 90 degree, right? By applying the angle sum property. So this was very easy. So this angle is what, 90 degrees. Now moving on to the next part. The angle bisectors of a parallelogram form a rectangle. They form what? They form a rectangle. Okay, so now we have, let us say, we have another angle bisector here, and we also have another angle bisector that is going like this. Okay, so again we would be having 90, yes or no? Tell me. So two opposite angles are what, 90 degrees, right? Yes or no? So now by the time this is also x by 2, right? And this would be y by 2. This would be 90. Yes or no? And this angle also would be 90. So by vertically opposite angles, we can also write it as this angle would also be 90 and this would also be 90. If you have any doubt, just let me know. I would be just re-explaining it. This is all an easy concept of angle sum property, vertically opposite angles, that's it. Yes or no, beta? So this would also be a what? Rectangle. This whole figure, the joint, that the angle bisectors of all the angles of a parallelogram form what? They form rectangle. I hope you might have got it, beta. So this is why second option is also correct. So we, as of now, we have first and second option correct. Are you getting it? Just drop down yes or no in the live chat. Is it still confusing, beta? Just let me know if this is still confusing. Okay, very good. So now moving on to the third option. We have the triangle formed by joining the midpoints of the sides of an isosceles triangle. So let us see, what do we have? We have an isosceles triangle. Let us just draw an isosceles triangle first. Yeah. So we do have an isosceles triangle, and let us say we have this side as x and this side also x. This is the midpoint here, this is the midpoint here, and we have a midpoint here as well. What are we asked? The triangle formed by joining the midpoints. So let us join the midpoints and we have a triangle formed, correct? And this is not necessarily an isosceles triangle. Not necessarily an isosceles triangle. So let us say if this is ABC and this is PQR, we have to prove PQR is not an isosceles triangle. Okay, it's not an isosceles triangle. So what we can see, this is midpoint, right? This point P is the midpoint. This R is midpoint. So the line segment joining the midpoints is what? Is parallel to the third side and half of it. So PR would be half of BC, yes or no? Similarly, this Q and R also midpoint. So QR would be what? Half of QR would be half of what? Half of AB. Similarly, PQ we have PQ as half of AC. But in the question itself, we are given that AB is equals to AC because isosceles triangle, right? So in this case, PR and QR would always be equal, right? Sorry, PR and QR, let me just check. AB and AC are equal, right? So that means QR and PQ. Yeah. So we have QR and PQ. So this is QR and this is PQ. So these two will always be equal, right? Yeah. So we have PQ and QR equal. So if they are equal always, then this PQR would always be an isosceles triangle, right? So it is necessarily an isosceles triangle. Always it would be an isosceles triangle. So that is why this option is what? This option is false. Because it is necessarily an isosceles triangle. Necessarily. So that is why we have C option as correct one. That is first and second only. I hope you understood, beta. Have you understood this question, beta? If it is fine, then we can move on to the next one. Shall we move on to the next question? I'm waiting for your responses. Again, those who have joined new in the session, they can just drop down their names, drop a hello. I think all of them are busy in Diwali, Safai. I hope festival time is going on. I think Sunday would be the Safai day, I guess. Okay, very well done. Now we are moving on to the next question, and the timer starts now. So now we have a triangle ABC. E is the midpoint of median AD. The area of BED is what? 1 by 8 of area of triangle ABC. So this would be very easy option for you to guess it whether it is correct or not. Then we have a parallelogram and rectangle on the same base and between the same parallels equal in area. So this would also be very easy. It's just simply an NCRT exemplar question if you are able to guess it. Then again we have, if a triangle and parallelogram are on the same base and between the same parallels, then the ratio of the area of triangle to the area of parallelogram is 1:2. So this we have already discussed in the beginning of the session, these type of two properties, right? So as of now, are you able to tell me what option would be correct? Anyone in the live chat? What options would be correct? We already discussed this in the beginning of the session. If anybody who has just any doubt in this, just go back and slide towards the beginning of the session and you would be able to just answer this in a, let us say, in a second. Option D, very correct. Very well done. Very well done. Option D. Okay, so let us see. Very well done, Abhinaya. Option D is correct, beta. Correct. So we have a triangle ABC. E is the midpoint of median AD. Let us just draw a triangle ABC. Okay, ABC is the triangle. Then what do we have? E is the midpoint of median AD. So let us say this is median AD and E is the midpoint also. So we know that median divides a triangle into two triangles of equal areas, right? So this means area gets divided into half. Now BE is also median. BE is also median, right? BE is also median. So this means that this would be area of triangle BED would be half of ABD. And half of half is what? Half of half is 1 by 4. So this means that this would not be 1 by 8. Instead, it should be 1 by 4. So first option is false. So now we can see our A option and D option could be correct. Yes or no? Now we can look towards second part. What does the second part say? The second part says a parallelogram and rectangle on the same base and between the same parallels are equal in area. See, a rectangle is also a parallelogram, right? And two parallelograms on the same base and between the same parallels are equal in area, yes or no? So we know that second option is also true. So as of now, both A and D are correct for us. Let's move on to the third option. We have a triangle and parallelogram on the same base and between the same parallels. Then the ratio of area of the triangle to the area of parallelogram is what? 1:2. This is also a property, right? So this means that option number D would be correct option because A is having R is false. So need not move on to the S option as of now, right? We can easily eliminate the A, right? So very well done. So now moving on to the next question of today. So very good. You have answered almost 3 questions correct out of 4. So very good. It's a very good strike rate. So now I would just start the timer for you and just let me know the answer for this question as well. So again, this is very easy question. These all are properties, let us say, of the quadrilaterals we have. Again, A option we already did in one of the previous questions. I think so. It was the third question for today. In the today's live stream, beta, we already solved the A question, the A part. Then we have the quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of the pairs of adjacent sides of a square is what? We don't know. The quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of the pairs of adjacent sides of a rectangle. In the figure formed by joining the midpoints of the pairs of adjacent sides of a quadrilateral. We approximately have 43 seconds left. So anyone can answer this question? Is there anyone who knows this option by now? We approximately have 20 seconds left. Anyone in the chat? C option. Okay, very good. C option. C option is correct. Very good. Very well done, beta. So now what we have the first section. So first question we already solved it in previous question, right? So this was what? This is what? This is a rectangle. Angle bisectors of a parallelogram form a rectangle. Then what? The quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of pairs of adjacent sides of square. We have a square. Let us say. Joining the midpoints of pairs of adjacent sides. This is the midpoint, let us say. These all are joined by using the midpoints, let us say. Sorry. So now this would be what? This would definitely be a square, right? If this is x, right? Midpoint. Let us say whole side is what? 2x. This is x, this would be what? The hypotenuse would be what? Tell me. Under root of x square plus x square, right? I'm sorry. So that would be what? Under root of 2x square. I'm just suffering from severe cough, beta. So please excuse me for a minute. So now we have this side as root 2x square. So that would be what? Root 2 times x, right? So now all the sides would be root 2 times x, right? Root 2 times x. So this means that what? B option is what? For R. So we have Q and R. So again we have B and C options correct. B and C options as correct. Now we have to determine from the third option. We can easily say which one is correct, B or C. So now we can see the quadrilaterals formed by joining the midpoints of the pairs of adjacent sides of a rectangle. Now we have rectangle, right? We have midpoints here and midpoints here. So if let us say this whole is, let us say 2L. So this would be L and this would be L, let us say. Okay. If this is whole is 2B, so that would be B and B. So this would be under root of L square plus B square. Yes or no? Tell me. This would be under root of L square plus B square. So all the sides would be what? Under root of L square plus B square. So that is why this quadrilateral would be formed. That would be what? That would be a rhombus. Yes or no? So this means that option number C would be correct. And similarly, the figure formed by joining the midpoints of adjacent sides of a quadrilateral is what? Is a parallelogram. Why that would be a parallelogram also? So why would that be a parallelogram? We can also check it. So let us say we have a quadrilateral. Okay, we have a quadrilateral and we have the midpoints. And we should have to join the diagonals in this case. If this question comes and let us say in your school exams, prove that this is a parallelogram. How we would prove this? We would join the midpoints. Then what we have to do? We have to apply midpoint theorem in any of the, let us say, 4 of the triangles that, let us say this is ABCD. So we have to apply midpoint theorem in ABC, in triangle then ACD, then in triangle BCD, then in triangle BAD. So one by one we have to apply midpoint theorem. See this AD, this is the midpoint, let us say, and this is the midpoint. We should name them PQRS. So this would be parallel to this side, and similarly QR would be parallel to BD also, right? In triangle BAD and BCD. So they would be what? Parallel to each other, right? They would be parallel to each other and they would be equal because QR is equals to SP is equals to half of BD. Similarly, we can have SR is equals to PQ is equals to half of AC, right? So opposite sides are equal and parallel. So this means that this is a what? This is a parallelogram. So very well done. We have now learned the explanation in detail as well for this question. So now let's move on to this question as well. Your time starts. You again have 3 minutes for this question. Which of the following statement is true? If two parallelograms are of equal basis and between the same parallels, the ratio of their area. So again we have a same part of the question which we have already completed. A quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoint of the sides of a quadrilateral in order is what? A parallelogram. We already did it. So now just let me know what would be the correct option for this question. Just let me know and then we would be moving towards the bonus question for today. Okay, we would be also doing a bonus question So before that, this would be the last question for today. Just let me know what would be the correct option for this question. We already have, let us say, two two parts of questions are already from the previous questions itself, so you would be able to answer it by now. Then option A, we are asked which option is true, beta, which option is true. Just go back, let us say previous two questions. Two parallelograms on the equal basis and between the same parallels, so their areas are equal, so ratio would be 1:1, right? It should not be 1:2. So tell me what would be the correct option. Take your time. We also have discussed this in the, let us say, beginning of the session also. The parallelograms on same basis and between the same parallels are equal in areas. So now we know that this option is A option is correct for A option is incorrect as of now. So we'll not look at A. We'll look at B or C. So now D option is also eliminated because D says all of these. So now we are only left with C and A, C and B. So tell me which one of the following is correct, B or C? Any responses? Which one is correct? We also have, let us say, the time is also finished for this question. So I'll be just answering this. So a quadrilateral formed by joining the midpoints of sides of a quadrilateral in order is what parallelogram. This we already did in the previous question. So very good. We have option B. So now what is left is C option. Let us see why this is incorrect. If P is any point on median BAD of triangle ABC. Let us say we have any triangle ABC. We have a triangle ABC and we have a median AD. Correct? Median AD. And what are we given? P is any point. P is any point, let us say. We shall join this. So we have to prove ABP is not equal to area of ACP. Okay. So ABP is not equals to ACP. We have to prove. See, AD is the median. AD is the median, right? So this means that area of ABD would be equals to what? Equals to area of ADC, sorry. And then we in the triangle, let us say BPC also. We can also see area of triangle BPD would be equal to area of triangle CP and D. Yes or no? Because PD would also be the median for BPC, right? Now we can subtract the area, let us say. Subtracting the area of BPD from ABD. What are we left with? We are left with only, let us say, this upper triangle. If we subtract the half triangle from this triangle APD. So now we also subtract the lower triangle from this triangle also. We are left with this one, right? So if all are equal, we subtract equal parts from both the equal triangles. We are only left with equal triangles, right? So they would always be equal. So ABD minus PBD and ADC minus CPD would be equal, right? So this means that area of triangle what? ABP is equal to area of triangle ACP. So definitely this option is incorrect in the question because it is given not equal to. So that is why option B is correct. So now moving on to the bonus question for today. So we have a bonus question on the screen. I am a quadrilateral My all sides are equal, but not all my angles are equal. So tell me which type of quadrilateral is this? Just let me know, and we would be ending the today's live stream. So any guesses about this quadrilateral? Which is this type of quadrilateral? That all the sides are equal, but not all angles are equal. What could that quadrilateral be? Rhombus, very correct, very correct, very well done, beta. The answer would be rhomb. So we can see a quadrilateral where all the sides are equal. All the sides are equal in either rhombus or in the square. So very good. But we are given what? Not all angles are equal. We can see that in square, all squares are equal in the, or angles are equal in the square. All angles are equal in the square, but all angles are not equal in the rhombus. So very good. So answer would be the rhombus for this bonus question. So very well done, Abhinaya. And that was it for today's session. So it was really a fun and quick session with you all. And we extremely solved the questions, and you solved, let us say, 6 questions correct out of 7 questions we solved or so. So very good. And that's it for today's session. Wishing you a very happy Diwali in advance. Okay. So दीपावली की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं आप सभी को, and we will be meeting in the next live stream session. Okay, till then, take care, goodbye.